This video is going to discuss plagiarism, or just give you a few examples. You've already read about plagiarism on the page. Refer to the part of chapter 4 that covers plagiarism. There's a table that talks about some things. And then after you watch this video, you're going to do a plagiarism assignment. So hopefully with all of this, you'll have a really good understanding of what plagiarism is. If you don't, please search out help from me or the Student Success Center. It is essential that you really understand what plagiarism is, because you will earn a 0 for plagiarism in this class. So here's an example. This is original text from Quirin, Kazan, and Kuehl from 2009. So they said, are affective experiences like happiness, sadness, or helplessness always amenable to self-report? Whereas many individuals may be able to describe their affective states or traits accurately, others may provide self-reports that deviate from their automatic affective reactions. So we want to summarize this in our own words, so we want to paraphrase. And so this is an example that just says repeating large sections of the text verbatim is clearly plagiarism. And so this is probably what we know. Most of us know this, even if it has a citation. So here you see they actually cited it. Okay, so there's a citation. This is different than MLA. In MLA, you would use your quotes, right? And then down below, maybe you'd explain what the passage meant, and then you'd cite, and you'd think that was okay. Here, first of all, there's no quotes. And in your literature review, you're not going to use quotes. We're just going to say no quotes, because that's really not the type of paper that you're writing. So if we look up here, so they say affective experiences, and here it's been changed to feelings. Really not a good thing to do either. They have happiness, sadness, or helplessness always. And so, yeah, I mean, what are the words you're going to use for these, right? But it's the fact that instead of affective experience, they have feelings. Then they have, even the like is the same, right? And instead of available for, they've changed it to amenable. And then here again, we have self-report. So they've just changed a few little words here. And then it says, we still have the whereas, which I didn't highlight down below. Many individuals may be able to describe, and again here they've changed affective states or traits to feelings, still using relatively accurately. Others may provide self-reports that deviate, and then here they've just changed. So you can see really the bulk, it's pretty much identical. You've just changed a few words here and there, and so that's plagiarism. In reality, plagiarism is what I always say is if there's 3 or more words in a row that are the same, unless it's the name of something. There you're going to come across things like the state trait anxiety scale, the Beck depression inventory, all these things. That's okay, because those are names. Those are things that are used on a regular basis. There's no other way to state that. I even had one semester a student who changed violent video games into something. I can't remember. I wish I still had that paper. But at the first time I read it, I was like, what is he trying to say? And then I realized that he had looked up synonyms for violent video and games and used that so that it didn't pop positive when I had him use Turnitin.com. All right, so here's changing a few words is still plagiarism. So this is just kind of showing you the few words that were changed, right? So the bulk of it's the same as kind of what I highlighted on the last slide. And now changing most of the wording, but keeping the same structure and order of ideas, it's a step forward, but it's still really plagiarism, even if you have a citation. So here, the first sentence, our affective experiences like happiness, sadness, and helplessness always amenable to self-report. Is it easy for people to report their feelings? Means exactly the same thing. Then the next sentence, although some people may be able to give accurate reports, others fail to provide accurate descriptions of how they feel. So again, it's not really putting it in their own words, because it's going sentence to sentence. And I think that's where students have a problem. Now, would you get a 0 for something like this? Probably not. But it's still really not showing that you understand what you've read. And that's the whole goal of paraphrasing, is for you to be able to describe in your own words what you've read. And with that literature review, it may mean that you have to reread those papers several different times. Okay? The first time is just kind of to see, does it fit your research question? And then the next time you can go back through details, and maybe you don't have to read the whole paper each time. Maybe you start with the introduction is going to give you some background information. but it's the methods and the results that you're really going to be describing. And then the discussion will kind of give you an idea of what they found and their conclusions. So you might be reading certain sections more, 2, 3, 4 times, where other sections maybe you only have to read those once.